Hey everyone! As always, I hope you're keeping well and staying healthy. I've shown you in previous podcerts, I've been spending some time at home doing Zwift. And I'm ashamed to admit, but my sessions for the last period have slipped and I've only managed to cycle 55.6 kilometers and only hit an elevation of 769 meters, which is down by 45% of the previous period. I tell you this not because you care at all about Zwift or what I'm doing with it, but I'm doing this to publicly shame myself because I had zero excuse. Before I jump into the contents of this week's podcert, I thought I'd give a quick shout out to everyone supporting my project on Patreon. You're the reason why these videos are possible, and I believe a subscription model that allows fans to support artists is the future, so check out the link below and see what it's all about. On last week's podcert, I unearthed some footage from a long-forgotten series I made for YouTube called Choose Adventure. These were vlogs to support my second album, Adventure Handbook. They revolved around a 3-month tour in Europe that burned through 9 countries. This was the height of my never-ending tour cycle. And even though I work pretty darn hard these days on the road, I still can't fathom why I thought non-stop 3-month tour would be a good idea. In fact, when I met legendary Chuck Reagan and told him I was touring this way, I believe he mentioned I was possibly crazy. And he was right. At any rate, I was not able to finish this Choose Your Adventure series due to exhaustion and a whack of admin that I was ignoring. So I put the project on the back burner, and obviously with the current lockdown, I've found that much needed time to explore this period of my touring life once again. One thing I thought was cool about this specific tour is that it had a starting and finishing point of Amsterdam, a city I love and have now arrived in by plane, train, automobile, and believe it or not, even bicycle. The bike is a mode of transport I'll cover in a completely different podcert for sure. Aside from a birthday show in Luxembourg City and wrapping up the tour with a beautiful art gallery show in Amsterdam, most of the footage that never made its way online was from 4 shows I played in France. What's important to note about this time was that these shows took place all within the same month of the 2015 Paris terrorist attacks. I remember the mood traveling in France being quite somber, as you would expect. But also seeing a country find solidarity was quite inspiring at the same time. With my own tour dates coming up in France, I wondered, would people even want to enjoy these concerts? Should I perhaps postpone them? Alas, they went ahead as planned, and one thing that stood out to me about the French audiences during this time was a next level up in participation. Almost in the face of tragedy, they found a way to be even more jovial, which was incredible to experience. When I asked the audience to sing along with my song, Places to Die Before You See the World, it felt electric. This song, as most of you know, has been one of the bigger ones for me reaching fans of my music. Fans I might never even get to meet, which is a pretty wild thing. I wrote the core hospital aspect of this song about a former employer who was losing his mother to cancer, and they had the means to allow her to pass at their family home. This was something I thought was quite beautiful, and it's where the title and the whole idea and the theme comes from. Now, I must be clear, when I play this song, I see its words not so literally, but more from a philosophy that life can be very short, and perhaps following a dream or taking an unknown path might not be as crazy as some people will have you believe. In times of a global pandemic, I stand by that sentiment perhaps firmer than I even did before. You may also have seen the official video for this song. A really cool artist collective and studio space in Quebec City by the name of Le Pantoum hosted the shoot. on a bitter cold January night with a director team of Antoine Bordelot and Sebastien Ouillet. We got 50 friends together, bought some pizza and confetti. We were fortunate to have some beer donated to us, and in one evening filmed what I believe is the finest music video I've made in my career. What you won't see in this video is after a cheeky late night drink with some friends at a nearby bar, on my way home, I was walking, carrying my guitar in a hard case, and I stepped on a patch of ice and my whole body elevated, and I was in the air for what I think was 3 seconds before taking the biggest Canadian winter ice fall in maybe my adult life. More confusing was there was no injury to myself or my guitar, and that was incredible news. Without further ado, you can probably guess this week's song that I'm going to play is the title track off my first album, and it's called Places to Die Before You See the World. Oh, when cigarettes take my friends away, the ambulance will roll down the interstate. I'd rather go poor face down in the streets than kept alive by the modern machines. And I don't want to die in a prison cell. I don't want to die in a war-torn hell. Work all day, all night for free if I don't have to die in the factory. Maybe down a well, down some stairs I fell, and disco my body into the sea. Got your name in my vocabulary, and excuse my language, you know what I mean. I don't wanna die for a borderline. I don't wanna die for a barrel of wine. I smile and play every word I say if I don't have to die clenching luxury. I don't wanna die in the hospital. 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 Thank you so much for watching, as always, and I will catch you on the next podcert next week. Stay healthy, stay indoors if you can, and I hope everyone is staying positive. Cheers.